Welcome back, my friends, to the Predictive Playbook. This is your host, John Ryan. I'm here to talk to you about a game that takes place later tonight. It's Philadelphia taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks in Phoenix, and we'll start with first pitch action at 9:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a really important time for the Phillies. They play the Arizona Diamondbacks, who were the doormat of the National League. However, we saw them throw a major league debut and Gibson out there on the hill, and no hitter occurred, and that makes 8 no hitters this season, which was the last time that happened, 1884. And in 1884 was a league rule change that allowed pitchers to throw overhand. So pretty amazing stuff going on this year with the massive amount of no hitters being thrown, and from very unlikely sources for sure. But Arizona, I think, is going to start reverting back to the team that they were. They did take 3 out of 4 from the Padres, and the Padres had to have Fernando Tatis back in the lineup to win that finale. Otherwise, they would have gotten swept. And the Padres saw their lead go down to 2.5 games for the wild card. And Tatis has to remain healthy. That left shoulder that has been partially dislocated has to remain solid. And it certainly looked like his first game on Sunday. It was. And we'll have to see how that goes. The Phillies had won 8 games in a row. And now they've lost 4 of their last 6, having played the Dodgers and Mets, respectively. They are in second place behind the Braves in a very tightly contested National League East, with the Mets in third. It was the first time that I can remember, and going back in the database, more than 25 years, where 3 different teams held first place in the season after the All-Star break. So some pretty amazing races going on. Whether any of these 3 teams has a chance to make a move towards the World Series is another story, because I think they're all very much behind the Dodgers, very much behind Milwaukee, and, of course, the San Francisco Giants. And it's going to be very tough for these wild card teams, or even the National League East division winner, to make up any ground or be able to play well against, say, the Dodgers or the Giants in that first round. So Bryce Harper is really carrying the team for the Phillies. He's batting .304. With 5 homers and 11 RBIs in the month of August. He's also reached base 13 other times on 12 walks and 1 hit pitch. And he won the MVP in 2015, but hasn't won it in the 3 seasons with the Phillies. But for the season, he's batting .297 with 21 homers, 49 RBIs. And Rhys Hopkins leads the team in both homers with 24 and RBIs with 68. And McCutchen is second with 59 RBIs on the team. So those 3 are the names that you really want to see keep going the way they are. Get some runners on base for Harper to get some RBI opportunities, which, with his low number there, it's not because he's not hitting. His on-base percentage is quite good. It's not – he's hitting when there's nobody on base, and that's been the problem here for about the whole season. One of the guys they're going to have to watch out for, especially with Gibson pitching tonight. He's 33, by the way. He was acquired from Texas at the trading deadline, has playoff experience from the Minnesota teams that were so good. So he was a huge acquisition for the Phillies to have completed. They also got Ian Kennedy to solidify the back end of the bullpen and made him the closer. So this is really a division that the Phillies can win, and they have the easiest schedule going down the stretch as well. But they got to take care of business against these weaker teams. They play Arizona 7 of the next 10 games, and they must take at least 5 of them. If they do that, I'll be encouraged to say that they probably are in a good spot to take control of the National League East. If they don't, then honestly, they don't deserve to win, and Atlanta would be my pick then to go on and run away with the division. So let's take a look at the betting angle of the day here, and it supports the Phillies. And we have, as I said, Kyle Gibson going up against Caleb Smith, a left-handed starter acquired from the Miami Marlins. last year. So we're going to bet on road teams in a game line between -125 and +125. So the road team Phillies are either between a 125 favorite or a 125 dog. Road team, which is the Phillies, has a poor on-base percentage of just .275 over the last 7 games. The road team is batting .250 or worse for the season, and the host has a very poor bullpen, which the Diamondbacks do, sporting an ERA of 5 or higher on the season. This all added together produces a 78-44 record for 64% winning bets over the last 25 seasons, making the $100 better a $3,535 profit on those 122 bets. And all said and done, it tells us to bet on the Phillies tonight in Phoenix, Arizona, when they take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. I went 3-0 yesterday in the Major League Baseball card. It's been quite a solid run. Looking to do the same again. I'll have 3 more at just $19, saving you $30 off the $49 cost. They will be up by about 3 o'clock. No later than 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. Need to check pitching or potential pitching changes, which can really throw a monkey wrench into our cards. And there's been a lot of them this year, far more than in any season I can remember. So normally these plays would be out 9 a.m. sometimes. But given this uncertainty, I really need to do the extra homework so that you get the best bets without having to worry about any last-minute pitching changes that could alter the quality of the play. So as you can see, I'm 45-32, producing a 34% ROI over the last 76 Major League best bets. And more importantly, I was number 1 at Sports Memo last year, 65.9%. As you can see there on the chart, 25-9-1 over the last 35 NCAA football and NFL. That's essentially the bowl games and the playoffs. And as amazing as it is, I'm 18-3 in the Super Bowl, and I had 2 years where there was no play. I've had some luck with that. We all know how the Patriots won the one against Seattle. So that, no metric or analysis or machine learning tools that I use could have predicted that. So it's been fortunate with having the horseshoe, very handy at times. So that'll about do it for today. Make sure you get over to Manny's Pub at 4:05 for that awesome show. That show is on a tear as well. And I believe we are now 32-12 the last 13 shows. So now we're actually 34-14 for the last 15 shows as I add that up in my head. So when you get a chance, go over to the Predictive Playbook. You can search YouTube just by John Ryan, and the Predictive Playbook will come up. And if you can't find it, send me a direct message on Twitter at John Ryan Sports and the number 1, and I'll be glad to give you the link so you can attend this live show, which involves several guys of the top pro bettors from wagertalk.com and Tony Finn, Rob Vino, and special guest today, Tony Mejia, is going to be there at about 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. But I will start at 4:05 with Rob Vino and Tony Finn. We'll look to join with Tony Mejia when he gets off his other show. So that'll about do it for today. Thank you for listening and watching this show. I hope it was enjoyable and you learned something. And on behalf of these shows and the sportsmemo.com, wagertalk.com teams, may all the wins be yours.